What's considered sexy if a woman does it, but gross if a man does it? Wearing their partner's top with nothing underneath. I tried that. It was not attractive at all. Maybe I shouldn't have tried to use my wife's bikini top. Yeah. You've got to have the boobs to fill it out. Maybe the problem is that he did. His name is Robert Paulson. Squishing their tits together? I'm a girl. Do guys find this attractive? Damn near anything with tits is sexy. There's only a few exceptions. This is what I tell people who say my relationship with my pet sow is repulsive, cruel, and immoral. We don't kink shame here, bro. You good. Just be good while way over there. When she says harder daddy in the bedroom it's sexy, but when I say harder mommy it's weird. Well yeah, you also gotta say daddy. Can confirm. Walk around with only a shirt on. My girlfriend calls that poo bearing it. We agree it's not a look I can pull off. My partner and I call it Donald ducking it lol. Porky pigging it. Being bisexual. I'll never understand how some people can think it's hot for a girl to be bi, but indicative of a guy not being comfortable or not wanting to admit his homosexuality if he identifies as bi. I hate this too. ____. I'm not even bi but it still irritates me. Some double standard sexist bullshit to assume that all bi men are gay, but bi women are just bi. You see it on Reddit often. Gone old girls playing with themselves in public. Grocery stores. Parks. Their cars. It's actually ducking disgusting. If a man did this there would be a witch hunt. But nah, not for women. We actively promote that shit here. These kind of videos are actually really popular in gay porn. I personally like public sex and jerking off porn. I was looking for a meme once. You know when Jay from the In-Betweeners yells bus wankers at a passing bus stop from a car? That's not what DuckDuckGo's image search turned up. And I thought Oxfordshire's buses were disgusting as it was. Once me and some friends were going to the roller rink as kids and the In-Betweeners car drove past. Not the actual car, but same model and color, so we all shouted bus wankers. Anyway we jump on the bus and ride to the roller rink. Pay to get in and hire shoes, then walk to the place where you change the shoes, and the woman handing out the shoes turns to my mate, who was first to get their shoes, and says, "Oh, if it isn't the boy who shouted a naughty word at me earlier." She took it as a joke luckily, and we all laughed about it. From a heterosexual male's view, most things IKR, being straight must be boring AF. There really isn't an answer to that if you're bi. That's kinda nice. Actually, I never really feel cute or attractive as a dude and did like to. LGBT spaces are the nicest in that respect. You'd be surprised how often random things men do are sexy. My favorite is when guys stretch and you catch a glimpse of their midriff. This is why we need to bring back men wearing crop tops. Wearing nothing but knee-high socks. I don't know what you're talking about. It's sexy when guys do it. Especially if he's wearing his business socks. Especially if it's Wednesday and him wearing my team building exercise 99 t-shirt. Walking around in underwear while same-sex friends are over. I'm a guy and me and my roommates, who were all guys, definitely did this. To go back to the original question, though, was it sexy? Maybe to the other sex it would be. I don't think women hanging out in their underwear find it particularly sexy. We don't. When a girl whispers that she's horny or she's not wearing any underwear, honestly I could see this going both ways. It would get me going if my boyfriend told me that sensually, but in some situations it's odd when you're not in the mood. I feel like if any random, attractive woman said that to me, it would be hot, even if it was in a non-sexual context. Probably because men are stereotypically like alright let's go at any given moment. But if I said that to somebody as a guy, that'd be like predatory behavior. Not saying it doesn't make sense, but I think it tends to be true. I hate this stereotype. Guys are not always sex machines. They're not always down. It creates an unrealistic expectation for women. I found this out in high school right away. Yeah, I've heard this before. Care to tell me more? I'm actually a pretty low desiring guy too. Not at all a sex machine. The point I was making is more that I wouldn't feel threatened if a friend girl randomly told me she was turned on or something at a party or similar. I think most guys would even up. Go for that. But I think if a guy approaches a woman and says I'm not wearing underwear, she'd be justified to run away. So far almost everything I see I can respond with there's gay porn of that and it's popular. Apostrophe. Is there gay porn of a guy flapping his giant belly up and down really fast making the rest of his fastnesses jiggle? If so, is that something gay men would pay to see on a cam site? Saying, say friend and enter before sex. Melon. Shakes head inconsolably, it's useless. Apostrophe. I guess ops username being straight white male set the tone of the rest of this thread. TL. Doctor, if you're a heterosexual male then women are attractive and men aren't. Mind blowing. Basically a pointless thread. It's a bunch of guys telling you what they think is sexy. Most guys already know what they find sexy in a female. I'd rather hear women say what they think is gross to see a male do. Also, some of these people either find basically anything a male does as gross or didn't bother to actually read the gross part. Like the topless response. Yeah, a topless guy can be gross, but so can a topless woman, and I'm a straight dude. Yeah. And let's not forget that most of them are thinking about an ugly, old, dirty and probably fat as duck and bald dude vs and hot young /za0 lady /za0. If they were thinking about a ripped hot guy and an ugly and overweight girl, they would probably think that the former is hotter, even if not gay. Most of these answers are only gross if you're a straight man. Even then, just because it doesn't turn you on, doesn't make it gross. Truth. And I think almost anything can be hot if the right person is doing it. I just think girls are fetishized more in general, so it skews most people's perspective of what's sexy. Yeah, except for the squishing tits together. And that's not even gross. It's more just something that guys do for comedy rather than sexiness. Drool on their tits. It's hot if a girl did it, especially if she did it while squeezing her boobs together. But when I do it, I get told to stop drinking and that I resemble a gorilla. This thread is just full of a bunch of straight guys who have no idea what women think is hot and is grossed out by the male body. Yes, I think men look sexy in thigh-high socks. I think they look good with only a shirt on. Ho TF would that even be gross? I think they look good licking their own cum, etc. Don't discourage men from acting sexy for us straight women. Louder for the people in the back. Also, men in skirts and dresses is also very hot. Licking your own cum. I disagree. Be here and I can say both men and women licking their own cum is hot. I second this. According to the internet, breathing. Fingering yourself to initiate sex. You do realize that bottoms exist, right? Dressing in clothes of the opposite gender. You've clearly never seen me in a dress. P. Feel free to change that. Wear nothing but a t-shirt. Nothing is as awkward as a dude with a top on and naked below waist. I call that Winnie the Poohing it. And if you had a had to, Donald ducking. Slowly licking a lollipop. I once licked an ice cream cone slowly, unintentionally, and a woman that I later had sexual sex with said at that point she wanted to have sex with me, and it was the sexiest thing she ever saw. I can lick an ice cream cone like nobody's business. If you're a girl and hot enough, WTF isn't at this point. Having huge tits. Actually, many women do find bulkier men attractive, man boobs included. Giving birth. How is that sexy when a woman does it? Asking the real question. And you're not wondering how a man can give birth. That's the real question for me. I actually paid attention in the one sex ed class back in grade 5 where the boys went to one room and the girls went to the other. Twerking, especially naked. IDK man. Some dudes have really nice butts. Wearing a thong. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.